Morning guys, Triang here, and today, before we get started with anything, let's make some coffee and then we will go step by step through the 992 4S. Glorious coffee! More to that style of coffee. Something right. Good morning guys, I just had my beautiful Ethiopian espresso, and this morning let's talk about this car right behind me, the Porsche 911 Carrera 992 generation in speed yellow. It is absolutely gorgeous among all these cars, right? Among all these cabriolets, among all these cars, having a sports car of this category in this color is absolutely fantastic. We love the aesthetic of it. It's so sharp and it's so the presence, it just commands your attention, and so sleek as well. Now, we've done 992 walkarounds before, but nothing that is spec'd as sporty and as track ready as this car, right? Now, I've always said that the duality of this car, the dynamics of this car, being able to handle the track as well as being able to be a very comfortable daily driver, is something to applaud Porsche for. And it's something that the Carrera has been famous for throughout its life as a sports car that can be daily, right? Now this is a very high spec Porsche, full of mega options. Now let's start with the most obvious thing. That is a 2S rear-wheel drive. This is a 4S all-wheel drive. Okay, now some differences. I'm not sure if this was intended. This was not in any spec sheet, but if you look at the front splitter, there's something like a dual splitter here, and directing airflow to the side, as well as of course split the air at the bottom. This is more black, and there's a more noticeable piece of black over here, whereas the 2S, or just the Carrera S, doesn't have it as, you know, as obvious. It doesn't come out, it just simply folds itself in. So that's something interesting to look out for. The air intakes are adaptive, as with all modern Porsches nowadays. So they open up and close depending on your driving style. This is finished in a beautiful yellow color that we really appreciate. This is in the Porsche metallic racing yellow color, and of course it is adorned with the Porsche PDLS, which is the dynamic light system. As with every other 992 of the generation, it is it feels significantly larger, it feels significantly wider, especially at the back over here. It is so wide, and you feel like, wow, it is so planted. It gives you a very firm, very robust feeling to the car. Now the wheels in front are 20 inch, the back 21 inches, and this in particular is painted in gloss black. And if you notice the brakes are in yellow, right? Porsche brake calipers are very special because they color code all their brake calipers from black to red to something else that I forgot, and yellow. So yellow is the top spec brake calipers, and this is the Porsche PCCB, which is the Porsche ceramic composite brake. This option alone costs nearly 100k Malaysian ringgit. I think it's somewhere between 80k and like 82k. I'm not too sure. It costs almost 100k for this brake, and you can just see how massive it is and how bitey it is based on the feeling. I think Porsche has stumbled upon an amazing formula where the car at the rear is very wide, very planted, very firm, and with this set of brakes, the car simply snags and holds and grips like an absolute monster. And Porsche have really done that amazingly here as well. You can see how beautiful it is. The long bonnet in front, squaring off here, and it reminds you of that 993 generation of Carrera. It harkens back to the old style, right? The old style of classic 911s, but of course with a lot of modern technology and modern tech. These are the rear wheel arches. They're very wide, very big, and look at that. Look at how it just juts out over here. Very commanding rear stance. It looks very, very good in racing yellow. Looks very, very sporty, very, very aggressive, and very, very nimble. Of course, the driving was very, very nimble. Right, this is the Carrera 4S you see over here. This is all standard fare we've covered in the previous video, and the details, one of my favorite details over here, it spells out 9 over here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and 11 over here, or alternatively it can be 992, which is this generation's model code. Now, something a little bit different as well, you see this dual exhaust over here is one big oval, and that tells you it has the sports exhaust package, right? If it does not have this sports exhaust package, it is dual twin exhaust tips, similar to that Carrera S over there. That is a much more subtle, much more gentle car for daily purposes, much more comfortable as well. It is much more suited for someone who likes to drive it occasionally on the track only, right? Whereas this is like, whoa, you can take it out on totally mean and aggressive drives, and it can handle everything you throw at it. That is the sexy part of Porsche 911 Carreras, and this is no exception. It's absolutely beautiful. Alright, let's head to the interior and show you what's going on over there. Alright, so when you unlock it, the door handles pop out just a little bit for you to open up, and let's head to the inside. Now, something you notice immediately in this interior, I do not like black on black. I don't. Black exterior, black interior, I don't like it. I don't like that. It's so boring. If you're buying a car of this category, why make it boring? Now, this I can accept, right? Very racy, very sporty, very sexy racing yellow exterior, and the interior is black, but you do get Porsche crest embossed over here, and you do get optional yellow seatbelt. So I appreciate that. It's good. It's perfectly good. Okay, this I'm okay with. right? You get very nice contrast from the exterior to the interior. Now, let me not start the engine. Let's just turn on the electronics. Alright, it says fast air cleaning. Oh wow, it cleans the air inside as well. Just like a Volvo. Interesting. Okay, so the driver zone. The driver zone is a very snug, but not in any way claustrophobic. You still read all your information perfectly from this 5-instrument dial setup. The center dial being analog still, right? The center still being a very signature Porsche opportunity to show you that it is a thoroughbred sports car, and this is all in analog, and it's just beautiful. It's so responsive. I don't know what they did with it, but it just seems very, very crisp. And all the responses, all the little juts. Let me just start the engine a bit real quick. Yeah, look at it. It's so crisp. It's so crisp and very direct. I love the lines of this. Okay, so let's not pollute the showroom. Okay, so goodbye. Okay, bye-bye. Right, this is the infotainment system. Porsche famously doesn't know how to get right. You know, you live with it. You live with it. There's a steep learning curve with this, but overall, it is it won't die. Right? You won't die using this. It's fine. It's just not the best system out there. But truth be told, right, I don't know anyone who fully utilizes a car infotainment system. All I do is use it for media and play songs on Spotify. That's about it, right? Soon or later, Porsche will include Android Auto in their system as well. Currently, it's only Apple CarPlay. Right, so this car is spec'd with the Porsche Sports Chrono. You can see over there, this is the Sports Chrono package that comes with this mode switch as well. Right, you see this drive mode switch over here. This is the sports response button for 20 seconds. Press it for 20 seconds of full on power, full on attack, the maximum sporty settings that you can put it in. You have the key fob over here. This is the keyless entry with the key fob, and Porsche really insists that even though this is the age of technology, the age of electronics, this key fob is still a turn to activate rather than just a push start button. Okay, you get memory seats over here. I think this car in particular has 18-way seats, right? You get the back, and you get the Alcantara roof lining and cabin. You get a sunroof over here, no drop the top, but hey, a sunroof is a sunroof. Doesn't get you much in terms of open air experience, but it's there. Right, you can see even the what do you call it? Seat belt holder. This pillar, the B pillar. Yep, the B pillar is also wrapped in a nice, high quality Alcantara material. Right, the new modern Porsche interiors are just built immaculately. It's very cutting edge feeling, and it's conveyed through the use of various different materials. Let me just get some more light in here. It's conveyed with the use of different materials. For example, this is carbon fiber, and then this is a very piano black feeling interior, and you get very textured metal over here. The dials are in some sort of shiny chrome thingy. Can't really tell what that is. And this is, you know, more satin coated button alongside with this, and they just play with edges so very well. They, instead of using color, they use different materials, different depth, and how light reflects off these different surfaces create a feeling of depth, a feeling of artistry, and it's just very, very nice. Look at this floating 911 console that isolates the gear lever over here, the gear selector over here. This is for M manual driving mode, so you shift yourself, and this is for the parking. You get the 3 crowns over here behind the gear selector, which is the aircon climate controls. Okay, so these aircon vents are something that's very, very nice. You get the satin over here, and again, just framed very well to give you a very floating console kind of feeling. It's very nice. It is very nice. So the center cabin storage space, right? You press here, lift it up, and this is for all your smartphone charging, SIM card, phone tray, etc. Everything inside there. This unit is optioned with Bose sound system. I don't know if you can see it properly, but it's there. It's a bit dark, but the Bose sound system is there. Yeah, let me just open the door so you can see. Yeah, there you go. And then even the seats, the 18-way seats, the buttons here, standard is aluminium, and these ones come with a very satin painted finish. Very nice. I appreciate this level of attention to detail that the owner of this car specced up with. Very, very nice. It's very, very nice. Very sporty, sharp color on the outside, very toned down, monotone. Feels very monotone, but with different levels of paint, different materials that complement the original 992 basic interior. And this is overall a very nice car to be in. And the rear seats, of course, nothing to shout out about. If you're trying to hold 4 adults in the car, it's just not really comfortable, nor recommended for long distance journeys. But 10-15 minute trips, fine. I guess you can live with it, right? And this is the reason why this category of sports car, the 911 Carrera, has been the hottest selling car. It is so practical, right? And even as a middle-aged person such as you and me, 30 plus, 40 plus even, if you buy this car, you can be very certain that if you don't have a kid, for example, if you don't have a kid like me, right? If you wanted a kid one day, maybe a few years down the line, you can be fairly certain that this car, if you own one car, and this is the car to own, you can fit 2 kids at the back up until ages 4, 5, 6, 7, and they will still be fine. Plenty of time for you to shop in the market for a nicer, bigger SUV or MPV to fit your growing family or whatever. Okay, so back seats, ISOFIX, perfectly fine. Imagine taking your kid out on track day with the PDCC with PDCC sports exhaust and all the sorts. Wow, okay, very, very interesting. Now, some specs of this car we covered in the previous video. The 4S comes with 450 horsepower and I think 540 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 in around 3.7 seconds, I think. 3.7 or 3.8, I can't really remember. It's sub 4 seconds for sure. It felt like that because of the all-wheel drive. The launch control just pushes your car and springs, and the car pounces forward, just like it leaped. It tried to leap, and it's just absolutely crazy and so nice. The Carrera is the dream car to own, right? Recently, I was doing a lot of research on watches. Something about watches caught my attention. I don't know what. I've never been a watch guy, similar to the fact that I was never a car guy a year back. Now I'm starting to research more about watches. I'm like, fuck. Entry-level luxury watches are like, what? Minimum level to have great market acceptance, to have great the face value, and to have great resale value. It starts with, you know, the luxury brand entry level, which is the Rolexes, the Omegas, the Omega Speedmasters, and the Rolex Oyster Perpetuals, stuff like that. You know, I'm just starting out to learn about watches. I'm like, do I really want to dump that kind of money on a watch? Yes and no. It's a very nice accessory to have, but you know what's a nicer watch to have? Answer all my questions. So am I getting a watch? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do remember to subscribe to all of us at Horizon Team, Bobby Ang and Con and Chris Wee and Tana and Naz and all of us at Horizon. Please do remember to subscribe. And I got more cars to show you. We're doing the Cayenne Coupe next. Alright guys, cheers.